We're here at the Bellagio, where the event number 8, $2,500 No Limit Hold'em has just ended. Jesse Martin beat Scott Clements heads up, going into it with a 2-1 chip lead. We caught up with Jesse shortly after his victory.
It feels pretty amazing. I've actually, last year I played a lot of tournaments. Mostly, I tried to come in and play main events, and then I'd lose, or I went, cash a little, but then I'd make my money in cash games. And then finally I was like, what am I doing at these tournaments? I'm just going to play cash games. So I've been playing cash games for the last 7 or 8 months. Not really many tournaments besides online. And I came out here because my friend Shane had an open bed, and now I got a little lucky and won a tournament. It feels pretty amazing. Now I think I'm going to be playing a lot more tournaments. So,
do you feel there's a pretty major shift in the way you play from cash games to tournaments?
They're two completely different things, and actually online poker is really how I learned tournaments. Because when I first started playing tournaments, I've always been a competent cash game player, winning cash game player. So you take that style to tournaments, and it's all right, but it's not gonna. You're not going to win as much as the guys who are just know all the different levels of the tournament and know when to do, know when to attack, when to hold back, but playing online, I finally kind of got it, and now I don't know. They're definitely two completely different games, though.
Is this your first major score in a major tournament, either live or online?
My biggest tournament win before that was the 200 rebuy on PokerStars. It's for $47,000. That was back in, I think, February, and which was actually I was real happy about that, just because it's always a very tough field. I don't even know if I'm, positive equity in the field. The final table was all killers, so it was, so that was my biggest win, and then I went kind of deep in the main event 2 years ago. Not that deep, but I had a stack kind of deep, and then just lost it. So.
Now, Noah Boken is obviously a well-known online player. Have you played with him before? Did you know anything about him coming into this tournament?
Yeah, I actually know Noah pretty well. We're not best friends, but we actually hung out at the pool 2 or 3 days ago. He's good friends with a lot of my friends, and actually this past summer during the World Series, we lived kind of close to each other, and he didn't have a car, so every once in a while we'd drive down to the tournaments together. So yeah, awesome kid, and yeah, I know him pretty well.
Did you play, or can you think off the top of your head, any real key hands that made this tournament for you?
Well, the key hand at the final table, I almost screwed it up too, but luckily it worked out. I raised with 10-9 of clubs, which I hadn't really been raising many hands. I pretty much the last 10 people, I just kind of employed if I'm raising a hand, I'm going with it. Or, I would come over the top of people for my stack. I was pretty much trying to play hands that I was committed to. But I was now the chip leader. I was feeling like I kind of had to do something. So I raised with 10-9 of clubs, got called by the big blind, who's a great player. I know his first name's Paul. He played amazing the whole time. And he called me, which I didn't like because he plays better than me post-flop. And the flop was great, though. It was pretty good. He came ace, queen, jack with 2 clubs. So I flopped an open-ended straight flush draw. And he checked to me, and my mistake was I bet a little too much. I bet 90,000. So then, he check raised me to about 225,000, leaving him with about 225, 250. So if I bet less, he would have check raised less, and I would have had more room to move all in, and I would have had more chance to make him fold. But I moved all in anyways, and because my draw's so big, and hopefully he folds, and if not, hopefully I hit. And he folded pretty fast. I showed a lot of big hands the whole time, and I hadn't shown a bluff the whole time I've been sitting with him. So unless he has at least 2 pair, and even 2 pairs, got to think. I'm representing a very big hand there, so he folded. So that was big. And then I had $1 million, and then the final hand I got out on Scott, but I had more chips than him. He plays better than me, so I just wanted to play a big pot,
Well, congratulations, man. Over $290,000, a seat in the WPT Championship, and a nice gold bracelet. Yeah. Enjoy yourself tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a lot of fun the next few weeks here.
Coverage continues for event number 9, a $3,000 No Limit Hold'em event. There's still plenty of big names left in the field. Stay tuned to cardplayer.com for coverage of the whole thing. For Card Player TV, I'm Seth Neeson, signing off.